So as I was saying earlier, this is a pump drill which I built myself, starting from using material which I found, lying around. So I went in a nearby wood and I got a rather thick piece of poplar, which I then fashioned into a handlebar. This was an old broomstick which I didn't need anymore, so I converted it into an upright shaft. These were tabletops, effectively, which I fashioned into two flywheels. One flywheel wasn't quite enough to give enough inertia, momentum, so I attached two of them like this, and this metal spindle allows me to change woods and experiment with different spindles, you see. So again, you've got an hearth, just as in the case of the hand drill. You have a hearth, which is usually a slightly harder wood type. In this case I'm using ivy, which I split up, and again you have to burn in a hole and then carve a notch, which is where the ember eventually forms. And the technique is very much the same as in the previous case. I showed you the hand drill, so you are creating an ember by friction, but this time you have a significant help at hand, because the weight of the flywheel imparts rotation momentum to the handle. And as you can see, if you do things properly, you should be able to get quite a good rotation going. In this case, the end of the spindle is slightly too round, and so it doesn't seem to generate enough friction there. So what I'm going to do is carve it a bit like that. As you can see, there's a bit of glazing as well from a previous experiment. Okay, so I'm going to carve that to give more friction to the set, and there you go. This is a very sharp carving knife. This was a very good buy. It was only about a few pounds, and it's proving to be a very good tool for these kind of experiments. Okay, so as you can see, I'm also making it a bit flatter, so hopefully we should be able to get more friction on that. Let's see how we get on. So here we go. So okay, so I've now been pumping for approximately 30 seconds, and as you can see, the spindle is already generating a substantial amount of smoke. The flywheel is obviously doing its job, and as the rotational speed increases, it generates enough friction to heat up the wood. I think that we're almost there. So you can see how much black dust is collecting into the notch. And here we go. We have again a combustion entirely by friction. Here we go. So this is our ember. As you can see, it's a much better and stronger ember than the other case. So this is ivy, as I said, and poplar, or poplar on ivy. So there you go, you can zoom into that. So combustion by friction, nothing at all, no lighters, no matches, just muscular energy. Obviously I'm a bit out of breath at the moment, but that will improve in a minute. So what you can do now is the usual technique. So you can extend your ember by lighting a piece of Daldinia concentrica, which is again cramp ball fungi, and see if we can do that. Without burning the house down. There we are. The fungus has already caught. And now you can try to light any kind of tinder which you can find. As I said, you know, sort of dry grass in the wild, or in this case I've got some newspaper, but it's obviously not tinder that you would find out in the field, but it's, you know, it's good enough to show you the concept. So you know, you generate a tinder bundle out in the open. In this case I'm just setting a piece of paper alight from an ember. I mean, this fungus generates an enormous amount of heat, so yeah, there we go. And again, we have fire by friction, entirely by friction. In this case with the assistance of a flywheel, of course. So building a flywheel is something that you might not want to do in the wild, but you know, I think that the bow drill and hand drill are probably your best bet if you found yourself in a true survival situation. However, if you can spare the time and energy to build yourself a pump drill, then you can see that in less than a minute you can actually achieve fire by friction relatively easily. Okay, so thanks for watching again, and until the next time, all the best. Bye.